Welcome to Love, Lust, and Lies. I am your host, Ken Canion. Talk about the rules of the game. Date. If you're between the ages of 35 and 60 and you want to find love, maybe you're divorced, maybe you're separated, maybe you've never been married, and maybe you don't even want to be married, you just want to find some companionship. We look at different options, but yet when it comes to dating, we don't want to pick. We don't want to go through the options. What we simply want to do is just get the one. That one I've been talking to all night, and that one been making me feel good, calling me every morning, telling me how beautiful I am, and that's the one I want. And I coach women who are older, past, because they've been divorced or whatever, and I help them find love again. Because many of them are jaded, and some of them are making their own money now, and some of them feel like, I don't need anybody, but that's just a lie. They tell it themselves they do need somebody. We were meant to be social creatures. We were meant to be with someone else. It was never about how much money we made, how much abundance we had. We had more abundance when we were in a great relationship with someone else. And so today, I'm going to talk about how you date, how you pick through the rules of the game if you're 35 to 60, dating now. And so some of you are going to agree with what I have to say, some of you won't, but I don't really care. I just want you to know that I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to give y'all know everything I tell you why. I don't just say things, but I tell you why I'm saying that. And some of you have been getting it wrong. Some of you are so jaded with the process of dating because you're picking the wrong person. You've been allowing the wrong person to get close to you, and you think because this has been my experience that everybody else is like that. And that's like going to one restaurant and the food at the restaurant wasn't good, and then you say all restaurants, the food is not good. How absurd would that sound? That's exactly what's happening when you go on a date with one guy, and then it doesn't work out, and then you say, all guys are pieces of shit. And that's not true, okay? The guy go out with a lady, and he thinks, gold digger, ratchet asshole, and then he says, oh, women are ratchet assholes, and that's not true either. And so what happens, on today, what I'm going to do, you won't hear this anywhere else, y'all, because you know what, the truth is, I always tell you, I'm smart as hell. Let's be honest. I'm very smart, and I know what I'm talking about. And I don't have to give you my credentials. Go look me up on YouTube, internet, on Google. I'm all out there. I know what I'm talking about because I understand human behavior. And so today, when I break stuff down to you, and I put relationships together too, y'all. I put people together. I made relationships good, and when they wanted to break up, I told them this wasn't the right one. So today I'm going to give you the rules of the game. That's exactly what I say. Yes, that's what you say, Rhonda. All right, let's get busy. First off, I got to dispel some myths before I tell you the rules of the game. Number one, remember this. That which you focus on, you get better at. I'll use this example. Why do kids, kids, they play video games. And a kid can play a video game so many hours and they get super good at it. Anything that you have put time in, that you focus your energy on, you get good at. How come when you talk about a relationship, you never focus any time on it? You never focus in on communication and on how to date, what to look for, love language. You never do that, but yet you want to be good at it. Yet you want to understand, you want the great relationship, but you don't know how to pick the guy. And so now you think, just because I don't know how to pick them, you blame it on somebody else, but you don't blame it on you because you don't know how to do it. You don't know how to find the right person. You don't know how to date them once you find the right person. So what I'm going to tell you is that what you focus on, you will have. You have to stop dispelling this myth. Because you want a relationship, you'll say shit like this. I want a relationship, but you say, I don't need no relationship. I don't need no man. And then when you say things like that, the law of attraction says you will have what you say you will have. Whatever you say you will have, that's what you will have. And that's whatever you focus your energy on, that is what is attracted to you, y'all. That is. I have a client right now. I changed her thought process, which I helped her change her thought process. She was in one of my classes. And then when I helped her change her thought process, her vibrational frequency went up. That's another class I'm going to teach y'all at another time. And now she's in a relationship. She wasn't looking for it. All she did was got better herself. I said, to raise your vibration, stop saying dumb shit. Stop saying dumb shit like, I don't need no man. I don't want a man. First of all, when you say that, that's a low vibrational energy. And then when it's a low vibrational energy, you will attract no good man. Y'all, so the law of attraction works like this. The law of attraction and manifestation works like this. There are two laws that work. Just because you don't understand how it works, it don't mean it don't work in your life. It does. The problem is, and I'm about to get into number 2 down here, how you date. The problem is that in our minds, we have a construct. We have constructed this picture of how we believe things are going to happen in our lives. How it's going to happen, how we're going to meet Mr. Right, how we're going to meet the woman of our dreams. And you're not open to how it comes, but you feel like it should come the way you have envisioned it. And I ask you this question right here. And this is the question that God put on me many years ago. And he said this: how many things in your life, now answer this question, y'all, how many things in your life have ever worked out exactly how you planned it? How many? Think on it. Think on it. Not one thing. Nothing has ever worked out exactly how you planned it. Nothing. And see, what I tell people is be open to how God sent it, how the universe opens up. Once you tell the universe what you want, everybody, God, all of that conspires to get you what you want. And so what I'm telling you is you got to change that. So when I get into these things, the dating rules, part of the dating rules have to do with you changing your thought process and your emotions to allow it to happen. Because right now we have resistance in our lives. And when you have resistance in your life, the thing can't get to you. It cannot get to you because your vibrational frequency is off. It cannot get to you. Okay? And so what I'm saying to you is change that, and that what you seek seeks you. Okay? So we'll get into that. So what I'm about to tell you, the rules of the game, dating, if you 35 to 60, love is out there. All you got to do is listen to the doctor. I'm the doctor. Woo! All right. So I wrote it out. Let's get started. Number 1. First thing I want you to understand is this. You must, number 1 is adopt the CC method, Dr. Canion's CC methodology. You must adopt Dr. Canion's CC methodology. Now you might say, Ken, what's that? See, here's the thing. Number 1, everybody that dates nowadays, they get so caught up in these fantasies, right? And so I tell people, I said, listen, adopt the CC methodology when you're dating. Collect and connect, okay? First of all, dating is nothing more than you're collecting data. That's why it's okay to date multiple people. It's okay to go out. And so what happens is many women that I coach, when you go out with a guy and you say it's good, and he don't call your ass back, you get upset. You think it's you. And you internalize the weight of it because what you believe is because he didn't call you back, there's something wrong with you. No. Men view dating as I'm collecting data. You need to view it like, number 1, I'm collecting data. I'm trying to figure out if the data that I collect works inside of my program. Okay, and what the first part of the first C is, I must collect data to find out if this person is worthy of the second C. The second C is connection. You're collecting data to see if you can connect with the person. And what happens is we forego this process, and then you get caught up in your emotions. And when you get caught up in your emotions, you find out that the guy isn't what I thought it was. Yes, he is. He's the same nigga that he was. But what happens was your emotions got caught up, and then you never collected enough data to see if you connected. You just jump to connection. And then most of the connection you do is physical. So you get in that thing, he's slapping, licking, and sucking, and you get confused. Then you get confused and you think that the relationship is more than it is. But it's not. Because what you did was you got the physical connection before you got the emotional and mental connection. So that's why I say focus on CC. Collecting data to see if you can connect. That's the first thing, y'all. It's just lunch. If we go to dinner, it's just dinner. If we go to a movie, it's just a damn movie, y'all. That's all it is. It's just a movie. And during this movie, all I'm doing is collecting data. Does he open my door? If he doesn't, okay, fine. Does he do this? Fine. Are we talking about superficial stuff? Is he talking about sex on the first night? Smash? That's probably pretty much it. All you do is collecting data. Input it. Input the data and stop worrying about that. I mean, so you want to, and all he want to do is get you back to the room. So then he gets you back to the room. He get the thing on the first night, and then he start calling you. Then he start calling you, and then you become the pussy delivery girl. And that's what it is. All right? So the first thing is collecting and connecting. That's number one. Stop this, y'all. Stop this creating fantasy. Forget all that. Damn. Number two. Oh, number two. Don't rule out anything. I wrote this down. This is my notes, y'all. These are my notes for my show. Don't rule out anything. And what I mean by is this. Y'all, listen to me. Listen to me carefully. Because what's happening is that many people who I date, who I work with, right? They are older. They're over 40, some maybe even 50. And what they do is they say stuff like this. Like, I don't want to go on a dating site. I'm not going to do it. I'm old school. I'm not going to go on a dating site. And see, here's the, when you say what you're not going to do, you create resistance where the thing that you seek can't find you, it can't get to you because there is resistance. And what I tell people, one lady that I was talking with, she says, I ain't going on no dates. I said, cool, you don't have to, but let me ask you a question. Here's the question. If your soulmate was on Match.com and all you had to do was get on, all you had to do was get on, log on, and y'all meet, would you do it? You know what she said? She said, well, I guess. I said, your soulmate, the thing that you twist. So you get what it is, y'all. We are so rigid in our belief systems. And because you're so rigid in your belief systems, and I just told you, in life, it never happened the way you thought it was going to happen. And so even with dating, many times my workout partner, so this morning, I'm working out with him. We're talking about our wives. We're talking about something because one of his wife works with me. And we were talking about a specific thing that happened to his wife. And then I just asked him the question out of clear blue sky while I was working. I said, how'd y'all meet? He said 10 years ago, he said, they've been married 10 years. He said 12 years ago, we met online, okay? We met online, Black People Meet. I said, what? He said, I said, you met on, now just look at them, y'all. I never would have thought they would have met online. He said, I was about to close my account because I'm dating people. I ain't meeting people. Remember greens, picking through the greens. I remember you get this corner. He said, but I didn't. But I kept my account open and I met her. She didn't have to say one word, but we had been talking back and forth. And I'm going to tell you, no, not texting back and forth. We had been talking back and forth. We had been getting to get intimate. I'm going to teach you how to get intimate without ever dropping your pants. Okay? Without ever taking your panties off. And if he don't want to get intimate with you before he gets sexual with you, he ain't the one. Oh, shit, that was deep. If he is not willing to get intimate with you before he gets sexual with you, he ain't the one. He ain't the one. And so what happens is, because you don't know how to be intimate without being sexual, then the truth of the matter is, that's where you mess up. That's where you ain't used to being intimate. Now you used to be, you ain't used to being intimate. Intimate is sharing of your thoughts. Now, me don't want to. Okay, but I can show you how to do it to get him to share his thoughts, his emotions. And if he's not willing to do that, I understand it. But you don't have to share your body if he ain't willing to share his emotions. Woo! Woo! That's a bad boy there. Number three. But no, let me go back to number two. Yo, stop being so close-minded. Yo, and listen, yo, let me ask you a reason why. Let me ask you this. You're not closed-minded when it comes to using cell phones. You don't use a rotary phone. You don't use a flip phone, and you evolve. The truth of the matter is you need to evolve in your dating. Either evolve or become extinct. Man has had to evolve over the years. And so you're in this rigid mindset that I'm not going to do this. Whenever you say I'm not going to, what you do is you create resistance, and this resistance is preventing you from having the very thing that you desire, because you have to allow it to happen. You have to allow things to happen the way the universe allows it to happen, y'all. What I'm telling you is spiritual and practical. My late great bishop used to say this: if it ain't practical, it ain't spiritual. He used to say that, and I get it. I get it. I totally get it. So what I'm saying, number two, you have to be open. Number three, the rules of the game. Here's where a lot of people make mistakes. Number three, you have to be direct. You have to be direct and be honest. So this is the thing. It is a game, right? And whether you like it or not, dating is a game because you're collecting data. You're trying to figure out who's right for you, who you can connect with. Because if you use the Canion, Dr. Canion's methodology, then that's what happens. So here's the deal. What we do is, because we feel like we cannot be ourselves, we cannot be authentic, we cannot be transparent. So what we do is we project an image that we think the other person finds acceptable. Okay? It's okay to wear makeup and doll up. That's you. I want to look good, but look good for you, not because you think it's acceptable to him. If dolling up like that ain't your normal thing, do what makes good for you, but look good in you. And what I'm saying is, be honest about who you are and how you are. Notice what I just said. Be honest about who you are. There's somebody out there who's going to like you either way. That's why I always tell people, ain't no need of, first of all, or second of all, stop lying about shit that's not going to matter. Okay? It doesn't matter. If you're 49 and if you're 50 and you tell him you 48, stop it. He gonna find out if y'all gonna be together, and you say, well, I didn't know. No, you just told a damn lie for no reason. Okay, now, I'm not saying tell everything. If you don't want to tell it, you simply say, right now, I don't feel comfortable talking about that, or whatever it is. But don't just lie for the sake of lying. I know people do that all the time. For what? You know what? Because you're projecting. You feel like that is acceptable. The person you're dating, he will find that more acceptable than who I truly am. And that is a travesty. One of the biggest misnomers in dating. You need to stop doing that. Now, you ain't got to tell him everything. I didn't say tell him everything. I simply said, don't lie. Just tell the truth. Be honest. Be direct. And don't beat around the bush, y'all. You know how here's what beating around the bush is. So you and the guy talking, and you talk about what you desire. And you say to yourself, Naomi says, oh, kid, what about when they ask you about body count? Okay, you be like, listen, here's what I say. Body count is simply this. You say, listen, and this is the perfect way to say it. And you say, the truth is important. What's important is what I'm with you right now. Who I've been with in the past, when you don't want to tell your body count. And so that's what I would say. I would say, I mean, that's not important right now. What's important is that we're together. And if they hung up on how many people you've been with, I mean, I would just, some things you don't have to tell just because they ask. But don't lie about it and say, I've been with 3 guys, you've been with 33 guys. You see what I'm saying? Because that part, it's okay not to say. It's just that ain't none of his business. Because we all come with a past, y'all. Especially if you over 45 and you ain't been married for 25 years. Look, and even if you have, hey, everybody out there thing licking and sucking and you know what I'm saying? So that's what I want you to do. Number four. Let's get to number 4. My time running out. Y'all will keep me in this thing talking crazy. Number 4. Remember this, and this is the part I tell people. Remember, rejection is simply redirection. Rejection is simply redirection. See, you're not going to mesh with everybody. I go back to my picking greens analogy. When my grandmother used to go through the garden, some collard greens she threw away because they were not worthy of eating. They were not worthy of us having them. Some men aren't worthy of you. And what you do is, the problem is that because you think if they reject me, or if they don't like me, then that's an indictment on me. The truth is, it is not an indictment on you. It's just that you and that person, that's why collecting data is so important. It's just that y'all didn't mesh. Y'all didn't mesh. And because you didn't mesh, that's cool. It was just lunch. It was just dinner. It was just collecting data, y'all. Stop internalizing stuff. Sometimes my grandma would throw away a few greens to get to the right greens. And y'all, and that right there, and when she got to the ones that were good, I'm telling you, when she got to the ones that were good, we didn't even care about the ones we threw away. But you all are so concerned about the food that ghosted you. Fuck him. Stop worrying about the food that ghosted you and move on next. The next one. Because there's one God is trying to get to you. I know I cuss, y'all. Didn't I talk about God? I love the Lord. So what? Peter cussed too. So what? I love the Lord, but I'm a cuss from time to time. Sometimes you got to be profane to be profound. Oh my goodness. Number five, I wrote this down and it makes sense. Don't get attached to the outcome. When you go on a date, don't get attached to the outcome of it. Just get attached to you collecting data. What happens is, if it doesn't work out, so what? You're just collecting data. But many people, many women that I know, and a lot of them that I coach, they create fantasies. And these fantasies are about, so you start projecting in your mind what this is going to look like. We're going to be together, our kids, we're going to be in a relationship. And you create these fantasies and you look past the collecting data. You look past the collecting data, okay? Collecting data to see if you can connect. They call it the past is gone. The future is not guaranteed. The present is a present because that's all we have. And so what I'm saying is, when you go on a date, live in the moment, be present in it. If you have a good meal, live in it, all right? Live in the moment of it. And so many of us live in the future that has not even happened. So you create the future in your mind. And when it doesn't work out that way, what you do is you get upset. You internalize it. What's wrong with me? What's wrong? Why didn't this work out? And what God is saying, hey, look, y'all, he's just enjoy this process and let go of the resistance. And the person I have for you, they will appear at somewhere on this journey. But the person cannot appear unless you release the resistance. Can't. Just can't. Ooh, number 6. I'm going to give you a real good one. Listen to me carefully, y'all. I'm over time, y'all. But I got to give you this one. If he pulls back, listen to me. If you're dating somebody, and if he pulls back, you pull back. Wait a minute, Ken. Because see, this is where a lot of women go wrong. If he pulls back, you pull back. See, what women do, if he pulls back, they try to figure out why. What happened? And then you begin to chase him. Anything you chase will run from you, okay? So when he pulls back from you, you pull back from him, okay? And so you might not understand why, but what the way the mind of a man works is, the thing that I desire, I will go after that thing that I desire. And if I'm not going after that thing, I don't desire it. So that's why I was telling women, don't run after him. If he pulls back, you pull back. That's some of the best advice I could ever give you. Because you ever notice how when you pull back from a man, you stop calling him, you stop texting him, you stop doing the things that you were doing. He wants to know what's going on, why? And so what you simply do is, I teach my clients to say this. I say, obviously there's something else that's captured your attention. And if that something else has captured your attention because you're not doing what you were, I said, maybe I need to pull back. I'm good with that. And so then he's like, what? Wow. Wow. I'm just saying. And I'm going to just give you one more, y'all. I'm going to give you one. Come on. If in this word day and age, if you want to text, I get text is good. I get texting is good. But the truth of the matter is, if you need to talk more and text less. If you're with a guy that wants to text you all the time, then more than likely he's not that into you. Now he does want something from you. Okay? I can text you all day long and get that thing. I can do that. I'm setting up that. And let me tell you another one. Let me give you an extra bonus one. If you start talking to a guy and he starts doing innuendos, hints, and everything else about sex the first week you talking, that's all he wants. Because a man gonna work his way around to it. I'm not saying that he doesn't want you, but if that's in the first parts of the conversation, and I can pretty much do this thing, show this conversation, it's like clockwork, and he start testing you. So a man will test you like this. He'll send you a meme. He'll send you a meme. And the meme might be of two people. It might be of two people, okay? And he wants to see how you're gonna respond, all right? And what he's doing is testing the waters to see how close I am to hitting them skins, how close I am to smashing. So what I always tell people, when you get a text like that, no comment at all. Don't comment at all. Don't say yes, don't say no, nothing. Make him wonder. And then let's see if he sends another one, all right? All you doing is playing the game. These are the rules of the game, y'all. Whether you like it or not, it is a game because we're trying to collect and connect out. Collect and connect. That's it. Period. That's my time. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great day until tomorrow. Remember, every journey starts with one step.